Okay, today I'd like to teach you guys about the rib kick. Now that's just what we call it. It's a 45-degree angle, upward angled kick to get underneath somebody's guard. You know, they got their hands up, come under the elbow and get up into the rib. So in order to get there, we need to come up at an angle to get up under and hit them in the ribs before they drop their elbow as a guard. So it's got to be a pretty quick kick as well. So when we're doing this kick, best way to work on it, of course, is with a bag. This is a freestanding, sand in the bottom. It's a good way to do it. The bigger one has probably 5 bags of sand down there, so it's pretty hard to knock it over. But you put the power in through the generation of the hip. So as I come up with the kick at that 45-degree angle, I need to extend my hip into it a little bit. So I kick and put it into the target, through the target is what you're thinking. Some people say, oh, when you're kicking, you got to be careful, keep your hands perfectly still, all that kind of stuff. That's a bunch of nonsense. What you want to do is you want to use anything and everything you can to incorporate more power into the kick. Somebody's trying to hurt you, kill you, whatever the situation, you got to throw a kick, you got to make sure it's going to work. So what I say is use your hands to help generate more of that energy into the kick. And you know, if you think about it, I mean, it makes good sense to use whatever it takes to make it work. So working on your target, putting the kick in, and we're hitting with the lowest part of your shin, right by the ankle. Okay, not the foot. You hit the foot really hard and it'll make your ankle bend weird, and then you're hurting yourself instead of hurting the bad guy. So working the kick comes up at a 45-degree angle, and you just dig it in, use your arms, get a good turn in there, work on that pivot. So the foot starts facing the target. When you hit, it's now off at a 90-degree angle. So it's what we call a half pivot, from straight to pointing at the other angle. All right, so that's very important to get in there. So with the pivot, the turn of the hip, using your arms, then you can generate a lot of force. This is a bone-breaking kick, and we call it the rib kick. So if you'd like to learn this kick and a whole list of others, come on down to Hand to Hand Combat Training Center in Hayden, Idaho.